Vegetation management is a lot of things. What we're looking for is trees that could encroach into the power lines, and then also we're looking for dying, diseased, defective trees that could strike the power lines. There's our fire prevention work that's usually done early in the year or at the onset of fire season. And then we also have our regular program work, which is basically on a particular cycle. We also have project work that we schedule separately. So on transmission lines, we may fly over on an aerial patrol. So this is an example of an aerial patrol that we conduct annually in all of our states. And we typically fly our main grid and our transmission lines. And there's also a lineman that sits in front. He's looking for any kind of electrical issues or conductor issues, anything that might be wrong with the equipment. And then I'm behind him and I'm looking for any vegetation issues. It doesn't matter how far they're outside of the right-of-way. If they're tall enough to strike the power lines, then we definitely tag them in our database. And then we also do a ground patrol every year on these power lines, just to make sure we get both vantage points, one from the air and one from the ground. So it's been a great, effective way to survey our transmission power lines. When you're hiking the power lines, what you're looking for is how close that vegetation is to the conductor, the growth rate on that particular tree in that environment, and you're trying to judge if that tree or that limb will encroach in a specific distance to the conductor or the power line. We're trying to do this fire threat work now on an annual basis. It's kind of more of our preventative type maintenance. We're looking at the trees growing underneath the conductors, and even though they may seem short right now and not close to the power lines, we're looking at removing those trees to prevent future work. I think much differently about vegetation management now. When I started in 1995, it was looking at trees that were growing near the power lines and hazard trees also, but now it's just so much more critical. Because of the climate change and the drought, the highest priority is wildfire prevention. And it is only gaining momentum as we move forward.